Welcome back to another episode of Made for More. I am so happy that you're here. And as you can tell, the hair is up, the island tee is on. We are stripping the layers today, but not the kind of healing that we've been sold to today. Constantly losing weight, getting the glow up, getting the new clothes, the new partner, the new this, the new that. It comes from going inward. Healing is confronting. Let's talk about what healing truly is. Returning home to who you've always been, just to feel loved. Sitting with my emotions instead of escaping them. And the more whole I felt, the more magnetic I became. And I wish somebody said this to me sooner. To remember that you are worthy and incredibly made for more always. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of Made for More. I am so happy that you're here. And as you can tell, the hair is up, the island tee is on. We are stripping the layers today because we're talking about something that has completely transformed my life. And I'm sure for many of you, the same. And that topic is healing. But not the kind of healing that we've been sold to today, right? Not this fix your face, fix your body, fix your life kind of narrative, which is so sad. I'm talking about the real healing, the messy, beautiful, heart-led inner work that happens within when you do go on a healing journey. And so, yeah, let's just dive right into it. I feel like today we live in a world that puts so much emphasis on changing our outside appearance, right? And I just, full disclaimer, want to say there's nothing wrong with this. I value taking care of myself from the outside in. But the idea of just constantly losing weight, getting the glow up, getting the new clothes, the new partner, the new this, the new that. But the truth, guys, healing doesn't come from fixing what is on the surface. It comes from going inward and doing the deeper work. That journey is where the magic begins. And I'm not saying that this is easy work. Healing is confronting, very challenging at the best of times, but it is so transformative. So let's talk about what healing truly is, because it isn't about becoming something new, right? It's about returning home to who you've always been. Shit, before the pain, before the shame, the rejection, the perfectionism, what the world was telling you who you are and what you're about, right? Before life told you who you had to be. It's about tending to the parts of you that you've had to hide for so long just to feel loved. It's about holding space for your younger self. You know, that little girl who felt like she had to be everything for everyone. It is about gently unpacking these moments that broke your heart and realizing they don't have to define your worth, that you can mend it and pick it up all over again and become the greatest version of yourself if you do the right type of healing work. I think for me, healing has looked like sitting with my emotions instead of escaping them. Not easy. Forgiving myself for times I didn't know better, right? Reparenting myself through my inner child and showing her safety and love and the space that she craved. Speaking to myself like someone that I love and being kind to myself. Letting myself cry and rest and rise without any guilt and any shame. This to me is the work. It's layered, it's not always pretty, it's ugly, it's messy, but it's God-filled work and it is powerful. It gives me chills, right? I think somewhere along the way, I realized that the more I healed, the more whole I felt. And the more whole I felt, the more magnetic I became. Not because of changing my appearance or how I looked, but because I remembered who the fuck I am. Like I genuinely remembered who I was at the core. And it took a moment to get there, but God, it felt good when I got there. So guys, if you're listening right now and you are on this healing path, I want you to know that, and I wish somebody said this to me sooner, that you're not behind, you're not broken, and it's not too late. I feel like, especially for us women, things we need to be saying to each other is that you are brave, you are becoming, you are building something unshakable on the inside, and it may not be easy, but it is worth it. That's what makes this topic so powerful. So now that I've shared that, I want to give you guys some ways to maybe start to deepen in your own healing journey, because I do truly believe this is a journey that will transform your life if you're willing, brave, and courageous enough to go on it. I think firstly, I would want you to create a safe space to feel. So that may look like walking in nature, journaling, talking to somebody who sees you or understands you, letting your body speak, right? Really practicing that self-compassion like it's your superpower. Because when you are kind to yourself in these moments, it's radically transforming, right? I would also suggest to work with expanders. Work with people that have done or are on path to doing this work. Reparenting your inner child looks a little bit like asking what she needed to hear back then, right? And say it and say it and say it again. Releasing the need to arriving somewhere, right? Healing isn't a goddamn destination. It's a freaking devotion. I'm going to say that again. It's not a destination. It's a devotion to yourself, your life, and who you're becoming. I never thought I would be here. Even the fact that I'm talking about healing right now, I feel like I'm only talking about it because I have a lot of respect for it. The 21-year-old Tal, there's just no way. I didn't respect it. I didn't understand it. And I sure as shit had a different idea of what healing was. I thought it was drop the 5 kilos or get the perfect skin and that's just not what this is about, right? You don't just change your life from the outside in. You become a lighthouse for others too when you go on this healing journey. And that's really what this journey has been for me. The more people unpack and heal, the better I feel. It's been wild. Like, the more I've been a part of other people's journey, the better I feel. And there's something to that. Guys, my loves, if today really spoke to you, I want you to share this episode with a friend, somebody who's walking this healing path or needs to walk a healing path. I think that this is a conversation that is not only so important, but as I said earlier in the show, incredibly misunderstood. We need to put more emphasis on who we are on the inside than what's going on out here. And that's not to negate that none of this is important, right? It feels good to put on a snazzy outfit and take care of yourself and all the self-care external vibes. But you know what is going to feel the most healing, loving, and expansive? Taking care of your heart and taking care of the hearts of those that you love. This episode was healing for me. I've really enjoyed sitting here and having this chat with you guys. It's one that I know and I hope you'll find value in. And as always, I want to leave it here. I want you to remember that you are worthy and incredibly made for more always. I'm your host, Tal, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.